Welcome back. We are back in the building.
We're back, baby.
We're here again on your screen.
In your ears.
And on your ears as well.
Welcome back to
the Summer Loving Podcast. Now, I know we've been away for a long time. I know we said we were going to do weekly episodes and then we kind of just ghosted. But honestly, we've just been having a great time. We've just been really busy. We've been spending time with family. We've had a few weddings as well. And yeah, we've just been enjoying summer, really. I mean, summer in London's always a good time. So we've been having a good time. We've been desperate to come back. We've missed you guys so much. We hope you've missed us as well.
We hope you have. We've got a new setup. We're in a new
location. We're on the same sofa now.
Yeah, usually we're in two separate chairs.
But yeah, so now look, this is the neutral zone here now. Normally there's a table there, but so we're back. Honestly, we're so excited. We've actually got some really cool episodes planned going forward as well.
So much to catch you guys up on.
We're going to go, over the next few, so much to talk about. We're going to talk about, I don't know, in the next few episodes, we've our summer highlights, stuff that we've got up to. We're so into reading books at the moment. We're literally loving books. So expect some segments on books and our favorite books and what we're reading. Concerts we've gone to. There's just so much. There's so much. So yeah, stay tuned, guys.
Buckle up.
We will.
Get ready.
We're back in the zone.
We're back
in the zone, 100%. Now, I mentioned concerts, and I think let's start with that. I mean, you're wearing the gear. I'm wearing the outfit. Taylor Swift. Tell us about it.
Eras Tour. So, definitely like one of the highlights of this summer has been going to the Eras Tour. If you live in London honestly, if you've been anywhere in Europe, like over this summer, the Eras Tour literally just took over, I think, just everywhere. And there were just Swifties everywhere. We love to see it. But we actually had tickets to the second leg of her tour. Well, second leg of her London date. So basically, Taylor did I think it was 1 week or one set of dates in Wembley, and then she toured all the way around Europe and then came back and then did a second leg and announced the second leg of dates. So we were in the second leg, and yeah, we just had the most incredible time. The tickets were actually a surprise birthday present from last year from Hassan to me. And yeah, absolutely smashed it because it was definitely one of the best shows I've ever been to, possibly the best. And I've actually been to a lot of concerts. I don't know if it can top seeing Beyonce for the first time, but...
Well, I mean, yeah, getting those tickets...
It was amazing.
Getting the tickets were really, really difficult. Me and the boys were in the group chat. We were all trying to get tickets for our partners. And yeah, after a lot of hard work, we managed to get it done. No one was left without a ticket, which is always a positive.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, honestly, I would just like to say I'm not a huge Swiftie. I know a lot of her songs. I do rate her. I think she's quite cool. I like her music. But I would say, yeah, going to the tour, I was so impressed. So impressed. She is such a good performer. It was 3.5 hours, which I just think is crazy.
Just back to back.
And it was just
a full production. I mean, to be honest, I feel like any artist now that goes on tour, you can tell how much effort and time and just planning just goes into just every sort of part of it. But she just had the most insane outfits, the most incredible dancers, the band, just everything about it, the acoustic sets. So basically every show that she did, she had an acoustic set of, I think it was 4 surprise songs. No one ever knew what the songs were going to be, and they were always different every single show. Just to even say that you have managed to do 4 different songs, none of the sets are the same through a whole tour.
Is that the surprise part?
The surprise songs.
Okay,
it's so impressive. I mean, all it just says is she's got such a massive catalogue of songs. But actually, for the show that we went to, she brought out Ed Sheeran, which was incredible.
That was so cool. Because that was
absolutely
I guess a surprise. And I've never seen Ed live as well, so that was so cool to be able to do that. That was really, really great.
And he was so chill. He was so humble. He just popped up, came out onto the stage, played his songs.
He just kind of came through vibes and then dipped out, right?
And then and I just think, I mean, he himself is such a big star, but him and Taylor have obviously been friends for years, and it's just so nice seeing. It's so nice just seeing artists come out and you can see their bond and you can see everything that they've worked on together. they sang Everything Has Changed and they sang Endgame and we got Thinking Out Loud out of Ed as well. And
it was really cool.
It
really,
was amazing.
Really cool. What's this?
mean, we're going to talk about the friendship bracelets because these are the two that I have left. So I've got Cruel Summer and Lover.
You do have some other ones that was gifted to you as well, right?
Yeah, I've got a few more. Basically, one of them is so cute, but it was someone's mum gave it to me and it was so tight. I had to take it off even before the concert finished because it was literally cutting off my circulation, guys. I think even just to get it on my wrist, I was pinching my fingers through just to get it on. Super sweet, but obviously it's just one of those things I just never thought about. I actually think all of my bracelets are quite tight as well, but the string that we made ours with was quite soft, so it was easy to get on and off. Whereas
it's like a little bit stretchy, right? There's a little bit of elastic in
whereas
there.
I think other people, I mean, one of the ones that I got traded with was a little bit, I wouldn't say big for me, but it's obviously like could move up and down my arm and stuff. But definitely. It was also, just so impressive, like the amount of people that had made.
Yeah, well, no. First, so one thing for sure is I think it's so impressive. No, not impressive. I think it's such a cool thing about a concert. Like, I know this was just for the Eras tour or whatever, but that's such a cool concept to like go and trade like bracelets because you kind of get to meet people and just everyone's just excited and everyone's just like, you're just kind of going, oh, do you want to trade? And everyone's like, yeah, let's swap. Like, it's cool. Second thing is making those bracelets, right? So we did it with two of our other friends. We met up and we thought, yeah, let's do a little craft session and make these. They're so hard to make. Like we were struggling.
And they took so long.
Like I feel like we were there.
So much patience.
I feel like we were there for probably like 3 hours
or 4 hours. I think
maybe
we were making bracelets till 1 a.m.
Yeah, 3-4 hours. I made 5. So either I'm just really challenged and I can't do it, or I don't know, like because I saw someone with it up to their like
but the thing is,
elbow.
I think a lot of people. So I actually met one of the girls I traded with. She actually said she was like, did all of your beads just pop off? And I was just like, well, yeah, because the amount of times I think one of them is actually still upstairs. Not connected, and I never wore it.
No,
because
I've got one as well.
Every time I tried to tie it, it was just popping out. The beads are just going everywhere. They're under the chairs, they're under the units, they're under the table, and yeah, hilarious. But I just thought it was so cute. There were definitely a lot of people I think that got Eras tour tickets and ended up going on their own, and I think
that was the triple one, right?
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say like for the people that went on their own. You know, that's such a nice thing because that's such a good way in to like go and chat to people. If you've gone to a concert on your own.
To be fair, I feel like, you know, like I've been to a lot of concerts and I feel like this is the one where I've seen the most random people sort of interact. Another thing, about the Eras tour, which was crazy, was the outfits.
Oh my God, the outfits
So
were
just
insane.
so you know, I'm wearing the Travis Kelce jersey, which apparently is like the guy's way to dress up. I think there's quite a few different outfits guys can wear, but this was just one of them. And so I'm like looking for it online, find a shop, I buy it, next day delivery, paid an extra £10 for next day delivery. In the small print, the cheeky guys says dispatches in 7 days. So I never got it in time for the concert.
You actually got it like a week and a half after, which
really was like
funny.
really annoying, but I like it. It's nice. I feel like it's a nice vibe. So I've been rocking it around. That's not the end of the world, but there were some really cool outfits there, and basically, so this is again something I didn't know. I learned when I was there is that everyone dresses up based on the albums, right? Mm-hmm. Thought that was so cool. Must have seen this girl in this like ball gown, like wedding dress thing. It was purple, so it's not kind of weddingy, but it's like imagine like a white wedding dress but purple, and it was just huge, poofy. Like
it was for Speak Now because on the album she's wearing a big purple dress.
So yeah, but I was just like, I saw it and I was just like, oh my God, like I'm not gonna lie, that's very committed.
Well, I saw another girl. Right? So there's another album called, I think it was for Folklore, but basically like one of the girls, and she had, like leaves in her hair. She's wearing like a brown cape. Like, I just think it was just so, I just think it just adds like so much of more of a vibe. You've got more for people to talk to, more to get excited about. I think I actually do think like, cause you've had like Taylor Swift, you've had like Harry Styles, like, I mean, when Harry Styles was at Wembley, I've never seen so many feather boas in my life.
Yeah.
Feathers all over Wembley. And the same for like Beyonce's like last tour as well. Like so much silver studs, diamantes. Like people really commit to a dress code, and yeah, I love it. But I thought the show was amazing. She's just an incredible performer anyway. Paramore were there as well, like supporting. So that was insane.
It was. Overall, I would definitely say it was a great show. Last thing, about this before we move on. Crying. we need to touch on the cry. We need to touch on that. So you didn't cry, and
Not this time.
you didn't cry, not this time. I mean, to be fair, I've not seen you cry at a concert.
No, because the last one that we went to is The Weekend, and I mean The Weekend's not really the kind of it's not really the crying kind of like vibe. But I actually think I think what it was me and so we went with another couple, and it was Hassan's friend Jay and his wife. So his wife ish, me and her were talking about it, and we sort of said we actually might cry because it gets quite emotional. And
it was so funny because me and Jay were just like, we were just looking at each other, and we were just like, and then looked back and we were like, please don't cry. But you know what? The thing is, I feel like for us, it wasn't like a thing where, oh, don't cry, you're not allowed. It was just like, we didn't want you guys to be sad. We wanted you guys to be enjoying.
You were in shock even at the thought that we might be crying. But listen, guys, you cry for two reasons. You either cry because you're overwhelmed and you're just like, oh my God, I'm here. This is someone who I've wanted to see for forever. It's my favorite artist. You're there. All of the emotion is there.
Guys, you're gonna have to tell me.
Wait. Or you're crying because of a song. I mean, there were definitely girls that were crying at specific songs.
Yeah, I definitely saw that. I saw. Oh my God, I saw this girl. She was in standing, and she was just in hysterics. She was in hysterics.
She was weeping, and her friends were comforting her.
I know. It's cute and all of that, right? And it's wholesome or whatever.
It might be the breakup song. Maybe she broke up with her boyfriend, and then on the way home, she was listening to that song.
I feel like maybe there's certain, very, very, very certain circumstances where it's possible. But what I do find odd is when the person is arriving on stage and you're crying because they're on stage now. And we had some girls next to us, and you know what? Fine. If you guys want to cry, cry. I'm not going to tell you not to, and I'm not going to say that it's like a horrible thing. I just find it a bit strange, right? These girls were weeping. She just came on stage. She hadn't even sang a word, and they were crying. Why?
Yeah, but that's what I was like when I went to go and see Beyonce for the first time. She came out onto the stage, and I was literally just tears just going down my face. I need someone to back me up here.
We're going to ask the people, right? But I want to give you another scenario, right? I haven't watched so I go to every Arsenal game, so it's a bit different, right? Because obviously you see Taylor like once in your life, maybe twice in your life. Let's say I haven't gone to an Arsenal game in 5 years. Yeah? If the boys came out and I started weeping, you're going to get the ick so quick. You're going to think I'm so icky because I'm crying. The boys are coming out. Arteta's on the touchline. I'm just like, oh, bro, man. I love you guys.
That's my guy.
Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, I don't think any boys is crying. Can you imagine if we went...
Don't shame them. What if they are?
Do you know what? If they are, you're in touch with your emotions, you go, right? Cool. But I know for a fact, at an Arsenal game, that's not happening. And also, I'm just trying to think who's like the equivalent, like what? So we go to see Stormzy. Stormzy comes out on stage and we're crying. It wouldn't make sense.
No,
it wouldn't make sense. You guys need to tell us, right? You need to tell us. What do you guys think?
Who did you go and see?
Did they make you cry? Why did you cry?
Why did you cry?
And should you cry?
It's not should you cry. Everyone can cry.
Okay,
but we need the scenarios.
We need some more info. Like, yeah, is crying a thing? I don't know.
I think crying's a thing.
Okay, cool. We'll see. Okay, so I want to tell you something about TikTok, right? So I saw a TikTok and I want to talk to you about it. So basically,
shoot.
Basically, this is gonna sound so random. So this guy in America, he made a TikTok.
Okay.
Right? And what it was called was the free money glitch.
Okay,
right?
sus.
So what he did is the bank over there, there's a bank over there called Chase.
Okay.
And so they must have implemented some system where you can scan a check to deposit it. So you don't need to take it to the bank or anything. You just take a picture of it, upload it onto your banking app, and then basically to avoid, like checks take normally like 3-4 days to clear. To avoid that problem, you scan the check, it automatically, the funds appear in your account straight away.
Oh, that's so handy because who has time to go to a bank?
Okay, yeah, cool. But this guy was saying money glitch, and he was taking pictures or like scanning in fake checks. So he was telling people, just write a check random, scan it, the funds come into your account, go to the cash point, take the money out, it's free money.
Oh,
right?
God.
So
okay.
He's basically telling people to do fraud, or like his glitch is just fraud, right?
Right.
all these dumb people in America, no fair, not all people in America are dumb, but all these dumb people that were copying him, they decided to go over and they were doing it. They were just, it went viral. Everyone started doing it.
God.
There was literally queues at these banks, right? Queues at these banks where people were queuing up to take their money out. And then like a couple days later, it went viral again. And the reason why is because all these people in their bank accounts, minus 30 grand, minus 20 grand, minus 25K.
my God.
Literally, like, all these people were posting up saying, oh my God, we've been done. No, you're not been done. You tried to commit fraud and you got the bank. They were never going to let you take free money like that, right? So what was actually happening is, so obviously with Chase Bank, what they do is, so like, if you've got a legit check, right, you scan it, you get access to the funds straight away. When the check clears, nothing's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Nothing's gonna happen. If say for example you did a fake check, now what's gonna happen is they're gonna give you access to the funds straight away, but in 3 days when the check bounces, they're just gonna take it back out of your account, right? So these people like obviously didn't have a lot of money in their accounts. They've done like 30 grand or whatever. Now they're 30 grand in a hole because obviously Chase has taken it back, and they're like, what the hell?
Oh my God, can you imagine?
So yeah, so it was just like insane. Like I can't believe all these people believed it, because like surely you would just think about that and think, nah, that's
This
not
can't
legit.
be right. Do you know what it is? I think, do you know what vibe it's giving me is actually, you know that film Catch Me If You Can? Actually, I love that film. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of giving me the same vibes where he was just, I mean, he was doing.
Yeah, but the
a
problem
next
is they
level
got caught
scheme.
straight away.
He got caught anyway. But
No, but
I feel like
he went in the movie. I swear he goes for like years, right? Like
Yeah,
running
yeah,
around,
yeah.
like
No, but
these
that's
guys
the
got
thing,
done in 3 days.
But that's the thing. We don't live in this age now where, I mean, first of all, that's a film, so completely fictitious and obviously not promoting this kind of thing. But
It's
that
just
already
funny.
kind of tells you they will catch you. I mean, they could catch you even then when, you know, when things were not as advanced. And when was that film made? Like 20 years ago?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is just, honestly, I don't know. I just think it's really funny. So now, here's my question I have to you, right? So I don't really know if these guys are going to get charged in America, like if they're going to get charged with fraud or anything like that. I don't know. Now, here's my question. If they were to get charged with fraud and they're like now facing jail time, the person who created the trend at the start, do you think he is liable? Do you think it's his fault?
I don't know, because you know what the problem here is? First of all, he's promoting something that is like ethically, morally, and obviously completely illegal. But I think
It's not even that, it's illegal.
but
It's
from
not a
like
thing. Like, it's
but
not
then
a
for these
thing.
people, they're vulnerable people, right? Because
Yeah,
those
100%.
people, you know, if you are really thinking with your head screwed on and like really thinking from that like point of view, then you're not going to do something like this. Whereas, you know, people must, I know it's been like a really tough year and whatever, people must be having a hard time. And like, but then I just don't know, because you still do things of your own free will. No one is forcing you to do
Yeah.
any of this stuff. It's just, you just don't have to do it. You could see that video and think to yourself, do you know what? That looks completely wrong. And you could just say, do you know what? I'm not going to give in to the pressure of some random guy on TikTok.
I don't know.
and
I
do
don't know. I
something
don't know. Because
illegal.
I understand. I do understand. Like, I understand it from both sides, because obviously, like, he's just obviously done something to go viral, right? But it's something quite wrong, because obviously it's misled a lot of people. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
But
It's
you've
a bit
gone
of a-
viral and now people are going to jail for it.
But then why?
Do you know how
But the
bad
thing
that
is
is? That
why?
is so
no,
bad.
I 100% agree. It is so bad. But also, why on earth did you believe him? Why did you go and do it? Come on, like, what bank is just gonna have a glitch that big? And also, you know, like sometimes, right? You'll see in like on websites, random companies will accidentally list something for £1, right? And everyone rushes over to buy it, yeah. And then, but they kind of fix it straight away.
Yeah.
Do you not think if a big bank, right? Do you not think that as soon as that glitch clocked, like, started going,
As soon as their cybersecurity team
Did you
figured it
not-
out, they probably thought, you know what, there's a hack somewhere, and then probably
no,
from
but
there,
do you not think? Yeah, no.
you
What I'm
know-
saying is, that's what I'm saying. They would have fixed it, right, if there was a glitch. But they didn't even. There was nothing to fix, because it was just a simpler process, and people just ran away with it because, come on, what were they thinking? The check was always going to bounce at some point. So what we will do, how about we do this, right? We'll put it to you guys at home. Do you think the guy who made the original TikTok, he should be the one getting in trouble and he should be taking the blame for everything? Or are they all just silly people and they should be punished for doing silly things? What do you think?
Yeah, let's see. Let's get the opinions, yeah.
We'll have to see.
Put
Let's
it
see
to
what
the
let's see
people.
what the people say. Let's see what the people say. Now, moving on to the next topic. Someone turned 30 very recently. It was
30,
their birthday.
Flirty and thriving.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, I actually can't believe I'm 30, guys. I'm 30. So yeah, it was my birthday in August.
It
I'm a
was.
summer baby.
How was your birthday?
I had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
I had a lovely time. Yeah. So basically our plan was always to just have like a very chill time around my birthday. Hassan actually organised like a little staycation in the country. I kind of just really wanted like switch off vibes, and I think we found just the perfect place. We went over to Somerset, and honestly guys, I've never really been around that area. We're not too far from Glastonbury, not too far from
Bristol, is it? Bristol, Bath?
no, we went past Bath.
Okay.
Cheddar Gorge, where cheddar cheese comes from. Fun fact.
Is it?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently that's where
I just thought
comes
it was
from.
called Cheddar Gorge.
But yeah, just it was so stunning around there, and it was just so chill. We actually we were staying there for the weekend, so we kind of like drove over on the Saturday, and then we stayed the Sunday, and then we came back on the Monday. But we had just such a like lovely
Did we do
wholesome
2
time.
nights?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
No,
there.
it was.
We got there, we settled in, we had such a nice chill drive, and it was so funny because we were driving out and there was no traffic that way, but coming the
Oh
other
my
way
God.
there was
I
so
just
much
remembered
traffic.
something as well. So, get this right. So basically, we've planned to set off on this Saturday, and
Oh yeah.
basically, yeah, planned to set off on Saturday. What we want to do is we wanted to go to an Asda, do a little bit of a shop, get all of our food and stuff that we're going to take down to our staycation, and then hit the road, right? And to be fair, we weren't really in any kind of a rush, but we kind of obviously wanted to get there, I don't want to say early, but we wanted to get there at a good time because
While
we
there was still
wanted,
daylight.
because we just wanted to make the most of the area. So like I booked like this nice little cottage. It had like a nice garden area, and it had like a hot tub and stuff as well. So we just wanted to kind of just like enjoy the area. And yeah, we were even thinking about going for a walk and stuff, but basically I had one of Summer's gifts that I was literally waiting for, and it was the last one to arrive, and I didn't want to leave without sort of wrapping it and taking it. So we ended up waiting like half the day, which was really funny. And luckily, what I said to Summer is, I said, right, we're going to wait till this time. If it doesn't arrive by this time, we'll go. The time came, hadn't arrived, so we started loading up the car. Just as we were about to drive off, the delivery man arrived, delivered the parcel. I quickly wrapped it up and put it in the car, and then we hit the road. But it was just really funny because it was just soon we had that time, but obviously the delay of like loading up the car.
It was perfect timing in the end.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it was perfect.
perfect.
It was perfect.
But we had such a nice. I don't know. We just had such a lovely
Do you
time.
know what?
The weather was stunning.
It was just vibes. The weather was so nice.
It was so peaceful.
We took like the food and stuff. We took like cold cuts, like cheese and bread, and we had like this tiger bread and stuff. And we were just sitting there and we were spreading our cheese on there and munching it. It was just, it was really good.
It was it was just so lovely. There's
nice countryside walks as well.
Nice countryside walk, stunning fields, horses. We saw some sheep on the drive down.
We did. We started playing like a little bingo, trying to see how many like farm animals we could spot.
We definitely didn't. We actually didn't see that many. We saw some geese. Saw some geese.
Oh God, the geese looked aggressive as well.
The geese were kind of scary. They were in
smoke.
someone's garden though, so they weren't running after us or anything. But
I'm telling you now, if that gate wasn't there, it would have been after us.
But I think actually they had signs up for deer. We didn't see any deer, but we saw some stunning horses. We actually walked past the stables and there was a lady there who was chatting to us about the horse.
Oh
that
yeah,
she just recently got a new horse, so she had 2 horses in her stables. One of them was like literally coming like right over to us.
No, but he was the new one.
He was the new one, and he was a retired racehorse. And to be honest, I don't really know that much about horses, but she basically said that she'd retired him from the racing
no,
circuit. He'd retired and she bought him so that he could kind of, just live out the rest of his days in the countryside and be trained to be
so she was training
like
him,
a riding horse.
No, to be dressage.
Yeah.
So it was like teaching him the right habits and stuff like that. So everything he'd learned as being a racehorse now had to be sort of unlearned and trained. And it was quite interesting, really.
Because he's probably gone from such like, do you know what it gives the vibes of, like when you go from like being like a city girl to like then you're suddenly in like a suburban town. He was definitely giving that vibe because he was so curious and he was like poking his nose forward and she had like a little wire where basically she had said kind of that's where they're not meant to sort of pop their head over. And he was like just going past the wire really like whatever, like obviously
she
come
was
and
even
say
saying,
hi.
she was like saying like how the other horses won't come near it because they think it's electrified. But he was like bluffing. He's calling the bluffs already, and he's just like touching it, and he's not even afraid. No, that was actually really cool. Speaking to her, what I was gonna say was quite cool is basically, so. Firstly, like I know this sounds a bit crazy, but when you're in the countryside, it's so dark at night. Like you don't realize like darkness until you've been in the countryside and seen how dark it is. Like that's something I just thought was nuts, right? But they had when like when you go to an Airbnb or something, they give you a little pack with like instructions. These guys were like, oh yeah, just go wander off in the dark take a flashlight, go wander off in the dark,
torch, and go and see
go and see wildlife and like. Essentially, if you want to see deer and stuff like that, that is probably going to be your best time or best chance to do it. But it was just so funny because it was like, I remember we had to go to the car to get something in the middle of the night, and it was like so dark. I was thinking I would have no bearings if I was trying to look for wildlife. I'd be lost. I would literally be lost.
I wouldn't even be able to see the wildlife. I'd be scared.
No, yeah, so that was kind of crazy, which I thought was cool. I have a question.
So that was us getting there, and then the actual day of my birthday was we just woke up.
It was chill vibes, really, wasn't it?
We had my presents. We had some birthday pancakes. We went for a walk.
Yeah.
And we had
we had more cold cuts
day.
And stuff, and like kind of like sandwich. So basically, like from Asda, they do these really cool like halal salami pieces, beef salami. So we had some of that. We had some we bought some cheese and we bought some spreadable garlicky cheese kind of thing. So yeah, so we had more of that for lunch, and then dinner. I cooked up a really nice steak dinner for summer and made like this cool little mushroom sauce thing, which turned out absolutely amazing. So we had.
And we watched Chef, one of our favorite films of all time.
Yeah, Chef is honestly it's just a wicked movie.
Incredible film.
It's funny. I've got my brother nodding in the back because he loves the movie as well. We all love it. It's a great vibe. So the question I was gonna say. So you got some presents from myself. What were the top 3 presents that I got for you? What are your top 3 favorites?
Well, I was very spoiled, but actually the top one definitely was, basically one of my favorite books is The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. I love that book. I've read it so many times. The actual paperback copy that I have is just literally bent and bruised, and I flicked all the pages, and so it's just a book that I've read so many times. My sister loves it.
Every week, I love it. It's a really, really good book.
Anyone that I know that's read it has loved it. I mean, he's an incredible author anyway. But basically, Hassan managed to get his hands on a first edition book version of The Kite Runner, and I think that was when I was opening that, I was very, very close to crying. I wasn't
you were.
I wasn't gonna sob, but it was such a thoughtful.
So is that your number 1?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so then 2 and 3.
Yeah. I think, the other thing was basically, guys, I'm a massive Tala fan, and they have this knit jumper, which I had been obsessed with for months. But, right now, you really want to buy something, you're trying to talk yourself out of it, and then you see it again, and then you want to buy it again, you talk yourself out of it again. And there is so many times when I've looked at this jumper on the website and just really wanted to get it. And I think I'd been sat at work and I actually said to my manager, I'm just going to buy it in secret and just not tell Hassan, because I was showing him one night. And he just said, look, he was like, we're in July. Do you really need a knit jumper? And that's exactly what I thought to myself. And I thought, no, do you know what? You don't need it. Don't buy it. And I'd come so close to just buying it. And
honestly, I'm not going to lie.
Do you know what? I'll just buy it and just, in September, I'll just whip it out and he'll never know.
If you had, I would have known, firstly. Secondly, if you had bought that jumper, especially after I'd bought it, bought in it, especially after I had bought it for you,
I would have
I
felt
would
bad
have
as
been
well.
fuming. But the thing is, you would have never known because I'd have just returned it.
No, obviously, yeah.
I
But
know.
yeah,
Oh,
so-
no, actually, I'm saying you would never known. Oh, boy, I would tell you about it on your birthday. I would have let you know. I'd have said, you've been very naughty. Like, what are you doing? But
But that was hilarious
it
because
was
when I
fine.
opened it, I was so buzzing. And honestly, guys, because
I think
when I first
she was so excited. It was so cute.
when I first saw this jumper, I was campaigning so hard. Like I was literally showing him in the car. I was like,
Okay.
"Look at this!" I was like, "It's so premium. It looks so nice. It's stunning." And literally, he was just like,
She
"You
was
don't need
gassed.
this.
She
You
was
literally
gassed.
don't
It
need it."
was
So
good.
I was so surprised.
Okay, so that was your number 2.
Yeah.
What was your number 3 then? Come on.
I think the third, you actually got me some really cool trainers. I was obsessed with those. I think actually what I was gonna say was one other gift that you got me was
The
the
inflatable
journal.
Zimmer frame. No.
No, not the inflatable Zimmer frame.
So basically, they sell these
Guys,
sets
this is how you know my husband's just a troll.
on Amazon, right? And it's like an inflatable Zimmer frame and an inflatable walking stick. And obviously, you know, my beautiful wife, she's turned 30. I thought she might need some assistance. So I got it for her. So that's not your number 3, no?
No, not my
No.
number 3.
What was your number 3 then?
My number 3 was actually, do you know what? I forgot about this, but you actually got you got me that journal, which was like
Okay.
one entry every day.
Yeah, so it's like it's not necessarily. It doesn't have to be necessarily one entry
But I think it was
every
for
day.
like the year of
So
your,
basically, so when
for
you
your
turn
30th
30
year.
for the next year, she can like scrapbook. She can put like cool things that we've done. She can just like write down her feels, whatever she wants. I just thought it'd be a cool gift to be
And I
fair.
thought
But
that
is that
was-
your number 3?
Yeah, because do you know
Oh,
what?
wow,
This
okay.
is so funny because I've actually not spoken to you about this yet, but obviously like I feel like now like I'm just so into and like really want to get into like crafty kind of stuff. I feel like it's just so wholesome, just feeds your soul, and it's just such a nice thing to like do. A good way to like keep track of your memories and stuff. And I'd actually seen like so many girls who have like done scrapbooking or you know, like even just for like their memories or stuff that they've been up to that month or stuff that they've been into or like, and you can just do whatever you like. I actually went to like a magazine, like a zine like workshop actually with like when I still lived in Sheffield, and I thought it was like so cool. And yeah, I thought
Okay.
like, and I hadn't even told you about that, but I would love to like, you know, a couple of those pages might be like really thick with loads of stuff that I've stuck on, and
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Sick.
cute.
Okay. So
A nice
yeah.
place
So I
to
guess
document what we've been up to.
yeah. No. That just I guess. No. I'm
So that
glad.
was birthday
So do you know,
weekend,
honestly,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Your birthday this year was a lot of stress. It was in a sense, not in a bad way, in a way where like it was your 30th. I really wanted to make it special. So yeah, I was stressing for a long time. So honestly, I'm just so happy you had a good time, and I'm so happy you
my love.
enjoyed
I had a
everything.
lovely time.
Also, like, I mean, recently you went out with the girls. You had a great time with the girls as well.
Yeah, obviously I went home and saw my family as well, and that was so lovely. And we went out with your family as well here in London, which is lovely.
We did. To be fair, you've had a good time with
I've
everyone.
been so lucky, honestly, and so I went recently for dinner
yeah, so that
to
was nice.
NAC in Mayfair, which actually a lovely place. So guys, if I don't know, a
Check
dinner
it out.
rec, definitely. They were amazing, and they were like so excited to like host us and stuff. We had way too much food. Way too much food.
Oh, no,
If you
I'm
go
sorry.
if you go for the
Hold
sharing
on.
menu, honestly, don't eat all day.
Nah. Sorry, I'm gonna have to pause. Girls, I'm calling you guys out, right? These guys afterwards were trying to tell me there's so much food and we were stuffed and we didn't know what to do, and they had 15 plates and all of this. Those pictures you showed me, that was not a lot of food.
No, because
I could have eaten. Me and the boys could have easily. I think you guys could have polished that off.
Do you know what it was?
They were doing that typical girl thing. Oh, it's too much,
I don't even think it was.
I'm telling you
No, I
now,
don't think you understand.
any of the girls, if they were with their partners, if it was me and you, we would have demolished the food. It's because you lot were trying to be too demure and cutesy.
I don't think
in front of each other. That's what it was.
I don't think it was not. Honestly, it was literally at one point it was just girls versus food. We stopped taking food pictures after like the second course came out because of how much food there was. But I don't know. You guys go to NAC and then see. But it was lovely. Such a vibe. Really cool.
No, definitely.
Really
It's
chill.
amazing. So,
And
all in all, you had a great birthday.
a lovely time.
Perfect. High five.
Woohoo.
Okay, so guys, speaking of events and big important events.
Mm.
I can't believe this, by the way. So we saw a TikTok today. Firefest is coming back. Now, if you don't know what Firefest is, basically, I mean, you should. There's a documentary on Netflix about it if you want to go and check it out.
Absolutely insane.
Basically, this guy with Ja Rule, right? It was him and Ja
Yeah.
Rule. This random guy, Ja Rule, they decided we're going to make a festival in the Bahamas on a private island.
A luxury festival.
A luxury festival. It's going to be bougie. We're going to have like all the best celebrities come and perform, and it's all going to be on this private island. And you're going to be able to rent villas and
very
stuff like that.
exclusive, very VIP,
Very like just top. Basically, long story short, what happened is they sold out instantly because they did a huge marketing campaign where they had like Kylie Jenner. I think they had like...
They had Kendall Jenner, they had Bella Hadid, like all of them.
They had like all these top
all were
models.
promoting it. But also, you know, I think all of these celebs that were promoting it, they all were going and they were so excited because they were
No.
They genuinely believed this was going to be the
because
best
obviously
thing
they
ever.
had like they did have some artists I think co-sign. I'm not 100% sure who. From the documentary, I'm pretty sure Ja Rule was like involved. I think so. Anyway, I don't know how deep he was involved with it, but I don't know the other guy's name. But anyway,
I can't remember.
But anyway, basically,
Well, he's popped up again to say that
who
the same guy.
the same guy. But what I was gonna say, so basically, last time what happened is they just, I don't know what happened. They taken all these money, they sold these tickets out in seconds. They couldn't put together the stages, they couldn't put together the accommodation. People were being promised these luxury villas and stuff like that. They were literally staying in tents and they didn't have toilets. They struggled to even get drinking water for these people.
They didn't have proper
everything.
food
So, like,
facilities. They literally
people
had
literally
nothing.
went over there and like all these people flew over for this festival and there was like literally nothing there. It hadn't been set up. It was like a whole thing. Like if you watch the documentary, you can see how crazy it was, right? Now he's popped up and he's saying we're going again.
And he's relaunching it and he said we're going
It's
again.
Firefest 2. That's what they're calling it. Like the first one even happened for them to call it Firefest 1 and now Firefest 2.
But you know what it is? I just
And
don't
it's
know.
so nuts.
But is it nuts or is it really clever? Because now, I don't know, because now there was so much hype around the first one and then they made it into a documentary and it failed so badly. Surely it can't fail again.
So the difference this time now, apparently they've got, it's still on a private island. It's still meant to be lit and crazy and whatever that they said last time.
Of course.
It's going to be on a private island off the coast of Mexico, I believe.
Right.
I don't know if they've got a bigger island. I don't know the details. That's all we heard really, because they just said like, yeah, it's going to be off the coast of Mexico. 5S2, more details, blah blah blah, coming. And yeah, I don't know, man. I just think it's crazy. Would you, if you look? I'm asking the viewers. I'm asking you.
Should
as
it
well,
have gone
right?
through a rebrand?
Would you? No, you would. The thing is, anything
brand is the
associated.
hype,
No,
right?
I think Firefest as a brand is quite strong because it's got everyone knows what it is, right? A lot of people know what it is, but the thing is, it's also got a lot of bad reputation with it as well. So it's not as if it's got a good reputation. But then I don't know, because if they're marketing it, do you know what's gonna happen, right? I would say, this is my prediction. And it could either go to one of two ways. Either they're going to launch the tickets, it will sell out straight away because people are just going to be curious naturally. Or the tickets won't sell out, but as the time gets closer, there'll be more hype. No, if it seems like they are pulling it together and they have got all of the facilities and they have got everything, the tickets will go. So it'll go one of two ways. Either because like,
People will want to see something
it's one of two things. It's curiosity.
Not just marketing.
It'll be but the thing is, like, say for example, if you've got the money spare to buy these tickets or whatever, I'm sure they're going to be really expensive. I think the tickets were stupidly priced last time.
No, I think they were, but I think that was the point. They only wanted like a very luxury clientele. They wanted this to be like the best of the best,
right?
the most beautiful.
What I was going to say
festival.
is, so basically, if you've got money to burn, you'll probably buy the tickets, I guess, for curiosity. Like,
I mean, also, I wonder if they'll give tickets to brands. Like, if brands would buy tickets and take influencers. Like, you know, usually that tends to happen. Yeah, not like a brand trip, but they did it for Coachella. Brands took influencers to Coachella. So I feel like if they managed to do that, I don't know whether that might be another way for them to like get people in. But
no, I don't know.
I mean, I'm curious.
The thing is, I don't think they're gonna struggle to get people in. But it's just crazy. I think from how bad and how badly wrong the first one went, the fact that they're like, yeah, let's
And
run
how
it back.
well documented it was as well, like how it literally just crashed and burned. Like there is so much footage of what it was like for people there, and I don't even know. It's not even comparable to like Reading Leeds Festival on the muddiest summer.
No, it was
history.
it was honest. But the thing is,
Insane.
with Reading Leagues, you go and you camp, right? And everyone knows you're going to go and camp.
It's not even that.
So
It's
you're
just
like,
they
you're
have all the
going in.
facilities. Even if you have really bad weather, whoever it is that's organised it, there's always some saving grace. With this, there was no saving grace anywhere. No performers, no food, no drink, no facilities, no way out. I think for a while as well, people were really hanging about trying to think,
Yeah,
well,
how to get out.
someone will come or the performers will come, and it was crazy.
It was a disaster. Do you know what? I'm actually curious. I wonder if those people got compensated. Did they get their money back? Did they get reimbursed? Because I don't know.
Sure, I can't remember.
But then, do you know what? Do you think what they do this time, right? Is they make this festival. Maybe it's less.
Maybe they'll make it a bit more small scale.
Maybe it's small scale. It's low key. They make it really good. They do a success, have a success, and then they drop another doc. And maybe that's the idea.
Maybe that's it.
I don't know. But guys, like, what do you think? Would you, after knowing what happened the first time, would you buy tickets now? If you could, would you buy tickets?
No.
You wouldn't.
Do you know what it is? I can't.
But do you know what could also be a thing? This could be not a flop, right? But let's say it's okay, but it's successful. Right?
If it's
and
okay
then
and
then
it's
Firefest
successful.
3 would go through the roof.
No, it would. And I think, but that's not the point. I think it's just, when you go I can't really think of an example, but when you go somewhere and you really like have this expectation of what it's going to be and it's absolutely not that.
No, but the thing is, the first one, it's not even a case of the first one, they didn't. No. The first one, they didn't deliver on the vision, right? They had a vision for what they wanted this festival to be, and they didn't deliver on the vision, right? That's what they've done. Now, this new festival, right? Let's say they do it now, they deliver the vision, but maybe they've lost the hype. It's not that good because of like all of their bad press from the first one. But let's say people still go and they have a good time, right? They can then recover from that. But then when they do Firefest 3, because it's a proven concept, it can be sick.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
So because we don't even know that, we don't know, like when Firefest 1, when they were advertising it, they were saying they're gonna have like all these sick artists, like everyone who was big in the industry
gonna be there.
was meant to be there, right? So now we don't know. Maybe they're taking loads of mid-tier artists to like just to again prove the concept.
Just to build it up.
Because you've got it. Because you've got at the moment their concept has not been proven. Right? It was meant to be luxury villas. It was meant to be this, that, the other. Bougie times 10. Right? None of that's happened. So now what they could do is drop this one, do it mid-tier, prove the concept, and then for the next one, that's where they go nuts. That's where they bring everyone in, and that's where they potentially do really well.
Yeah, potentially.
So I don't know. It's interesting.
We gotta see.
Just honestly, when I saw it, I died. I just thought it was so funny. I can't believe they've
It's
brought
so
it back.
brazen. But the thing is, with things like this, when something's gone so wrong and you're trying to get back up, you've really got to put on your biggest, bravest face
the funny
and
thing
really
is, this
try.
guy, allegedly, apparently, this guy like fleeced a lot of people with money. When I saw it, I was just like, when I saw him coming back advertising Firefest 2, I was in my head, all I could hear was, how greedy. Like, how greedy is this guy? He's taken so much money, he's coming back to take more.
Maybe he just is trying to prove himself to the world.
What if this one flops again? Then what? Then then everyone's been mugged off by him twice.
Well, yeah. But I mean, do you know what it is? I feel like maybe then it's not, I don't know. Maybe this time you're just giving the guy a chance. So maybe that's your good deed. Maybe, it'll come back to you in some other way.
Yeah,
if
maybe,
you lost out on the experience and it doesn't end up, it's not a
know.
success. All those people that went, they took a chance on a guy who really needed someone to take a chance on him. So
yeah, who
knows?
Who knows? All right, guys, let us know. Firefest 2, are you attending?
You in or you out?
Are you in or you're out? Are you in or you're out? Right, so last topic of the day. It was our anniversary. We're 2 years married. Come on.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years and counting.
Yeah.
Go on, say the joke. Go on. Just say it because I know it's literally, I can see it's on the tip of your tongue.
So basically what I keep saying is like, get less time for, was it assault?
Yeah, I can't remember.
You get
what it
less
was.
time in jail for assault, or you get less time in jail for, like, I don't know,
I can't remember what
shoplifting
it
or something
was.
like that. So
I'm
Listen,
really glad. I'm really glad you
I
find it funny.
am
It's okay.
very
Don't
happily
worry.
married to my beautiful wife, alhamdulillah. So it's great. It's fantastic.
But it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's been too. It's crazy. It's
Honestly,
gone so
it's
quick.
absolutely insane. Because
When people
it
say
doesn't
life just
feel,
goes,
it doesn't feel like 2 years. It feels like 3 or 4 years. It just doesn't. It
I don't
feels
know.
long.
It just feels like it's not even that it feels long. It just feels like suddenly it's just gone. I feel like this is just. You know, like when people are that older than you just say life just goes, so you've got to just live it. Like that, it sounds
That's
so
how you
cheesy,
feel, yeah?
but I actually think it's so true because I think it doesn't feel. It didn't feel like it had been 2 years. So I think.
No, not at all. It didn't. But anyway, we've had a great 2 years.
yeah,
we've
had a
had
great
so
time.
many highlights. What's your quiz? What is your number one? What's the best destination we've been to since we've been married? Like we've on all of our trips and travels. What's the number one destination?
I think.
I've put you on the spot.
Oh, I think it's either going to be Stockholm
Oh, okay.
or Bali because I love Bali.
Okay.
I know
Cool.
you love Singapore. Singapore's so
Yeah,
close and
Singapore.
so
Singapore
second.
Singapore is my number one.
Honestly, I give out so much Singapore propaganda to people all the time about how much I would love to live there.
Do you know what it
move
was?
there.
Do you know what it was with Singapore? The thing that really it was the food. It was just the food.
It was the food and the people. The people
The
are
yeah,
so
no. The
lovely
people were
and
amazing
so
over there. To be honest,
polite,
it's
so safe.
my
clean.
Swedish people. It was the Swedish people is what makes Stockholm so
Stockholm
special.
was Stockholm was so special.
It was so nice. It was just like it was beautiful. It was perfect. Stockholm is probably I think is for me it's Singapore then Stockholm.
Stockholm's funny as well because we actually came away and said we actually met a lady while we were there who had lived in Stockholm. She was visiting this time but she was actually living in Copenhagen at the time.
Yes,
Do you remember she said?
Yes. And she was like she
No.
prefers
She was living in Stockholm now, but she'd lived in Copenhagen previously. And we'd actually said to her, "Oh well, Copenhagen's like next on our list." And she said, "Oh, do you know what? You're going to go to Copenhagen and you're literally going to love it." Sorry,
Anyway,
just
it's
felt
fine.
like there
It's
was
good.
something
It's
in
good.
my
Don't
eye.
worry.
And yeah, and honestly, she just said that she did love living in Stockholm,
Yeah.
and I think we came away from Stockholm and said like it's somewhere I'd love to live,
Yeah, I think if a job
which
came
is
up,
so
I
hilarious
would
because
do
it was freezing when we went, and honestly, before
But this
I think
is
before
so
this
no wait,
last
hold
year
on.
of
So
trips,
this pause. So this is the thing, right? This is the actual thing. We in this country, everyone is just miserable because every time we travel, like everyone is just happy, man. Everyone's got vibes. Here, during summer is the best time. Which,
summer
by
in
the way,
London's just the
we are
best
finished
vibes.
now because we're going into autumn, we're going into winter. All the vibes are going out the window, right? We are finished.
I'm gonna hang on to the vibes.
But in other countries, like I'm telling you, guys, it was like -2 degrees. There was nothing to be happy about, but these people were
People are
happy.
wrapped up. They're in like
Why were they
5 layers,
happy?
boots, a scarf, a hat, and they're literally with the biggest smiles just plastered all over
Honestly,
their faces.
it
They're so
was-
happy.
yeah, it
they
was
just
good, man.
they just shake off their boots and they go into the restaurants and stuff, and they're just
So-
they're so happy. So basically, misery has nothing to do with the cold.
Yes, basically.
It's all to do with
This whole, what is it,
I
grey?
think the cold-
Grey blues, grey depression or whatever they call it when you get into winter?
seasonal depression.
Yeah, that's all a waste of, that's a nonsense. You've been fed that
No,
nonsense.
do you know
man.
what it is? Okay, maybe incoming cheesy quote.
Go on.
I heard this quote that basically someone said, it's not, I think it's something about like, it's not about the wind. You just need to adjust your sails. So it's not about like what happens to you, it's how you react to it. Listen, this is a really, really nice quote.
Guys, just so you know, right? So my brother's behind the camera. He's helping us. He's our little.
He's our
he's a
producer.
little assistant producer. He's busting up laughing. I'm busting up laughing as well because what?
Well, anyway, every
It's
time
a
it
cute-
rains.
Okay, it's a cute quote. It's very nice. But you're saying, so back to the point. You're saying Stockholm was the number one
Yeah, I think
out of
so.
the 2 years we've been together. That's the yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
And there's so much more of the world to see. So I don't think, I mean, we probably haven't even skimmed the surface of like, there's so many places
God, I
we
think
can
there
go
is like
still.
a little fly that's buzzing around now. It's getting a bit excited.
But
Okay, cool. So that's
and
your.
what are your top two? Because you
What,
asked me top two.
destinations?
Yeah.
Nah, so you said, I know I
Singapore's your
said you're
first,
number
right?
one. I said number one. You said Stockholm and Bali is close second. But for me, yeah, it's Singapore and then it's Stockholm. I would say. But okay, cool. So for our anniversary, what did we do? On the actual anniversary itself, we went for a nice dinner. Went for a nice little Italian dinner, and then basically for one of Summer's birthday gifts, I actually got her 2 tickets to a comedy show, and we just went on our anniversary. We thought, why not? Let's go and have some fun. Dinner was actually we actually had a bit of an early dinner, which is a bit different. So we thought,
Really
you know what,
unlike us,
night is young. Let's go. And so we went to this place called Top Secret Comedy Club. I think is that the name?
Yeah.
Honestly, guys,
It was so
funny.
good.
I think the tickets aren't too expensive as well. They're about like 15 pounds each. I think if you go on a weekday, you can actually get £1 tickets.
Yeah, I've seen the £1 tickets. I think is like how they've got like quite big.
No, I think they've been big for a long time. I think that's just a new promotion that they've done that's gone a bit viral. But basically, yeah, about £10 to £15 a ticket. We went. We had a great time. We saw 4 different comedians. 3 were really good. 1 was like okay. But yeah, like honestly, I'm sorry. I've actually remember their names now. I think it's. Oh God.
We saw Axel Blake.
Axel Blake. He was sick.
Hilarious.
So funny.
Absolutely hilarious.
We actually didn't know this. That guy's won Britain's Got Talent. So we found that out afterwards.
Yeah,
and
we didn't know, but he was so funny and just really knew. I mean, he knows how to work a crowd, obviously, but yeah, just so good. I mean, the guy who is hosting as well.
I think his name. It's gonna be so
Is it
peak.
Thomas Mensah?
No, I think it's Andrew Mensah.
I'm sorry,
bro. I don't know if you'll see this, but
Mensah.
I don't know if you'll see this, but Mr. Mensah, we're gonna call you Mr. Mensah because
and he was so good. He was hosting, and he was so hilarious. He could have been.
His
I mean, he's
crowd
definitely been on
work-
the stage before, right?
They basically. I'm not gonna lie. His crowd
was
work
so good.
was so funny, right? His improv with the crowd, hilarious.
And he eased
And the
everyone
thing
in.
is, honestly speaking, you know, like you hear a lot about, like if you sit in the front row, you're gonna get cooked. He didn't really cook anyone that badly, you know. I just feel like
he was
just,
roasting, but in like a fun, funny way.
Yeah, like it was just honestly, he was so good. Like they said that we went to see 4 comedians.
But I'd say we had 5.
We saw 5,
yeah.
man. He was so good. I've seen some of his stuff on TikTok as well, and he's so funny. I feel really bad because I've botched his name, but Mr. Mensa, just know we rock with you, man.
You got 2 more fans, but
100%.
yeah, and it was so cool, just really really cool. They had a banging playlist on, and they had like really cool just songs like to hype the crowd up in between like, when the break's going on, to like hype people up when the acts are coming on stage, and I don't know, yeah, it was hilarious.
Was just a really good. Vibe.
I'd definitely go back.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I think they've got new like guests and stuff that come and do comedy there quite often. So yeah, like it's a good vibe. Like we bumped into someone in the queue and they were just saying now how they go quite frequently and every time it's really good. So yeah, it wasn't just like a one-time thing.
But yeah, definitely something.
But yeah, so we did that. Then we on the weekend what did we do? We went to
Marylebone.
Went to Marylebone. Basically, me and Summer, obviously, you know about our obsession with books. Our obsession with books extends to bookstores. So we like to go check out different places. And there's a Daunt Books in Marylebone, which is meant to be so cool.
I mean, everyone knows about it. It's the Daunt Books that everyone tells you to go to. We actually went to the one in Notting Hill and we didn't know at the time. We went in, we were expecting it to be the one. But we went to this one. It's so stunning inside. It's just
beautiful. It's just so nice. You've got like, I don't know, like a sort of like conservatory glass kind of vibe. Is that what you call it? A dome that goes over?
Yeah, and like the double staircase, and it's just a really, really I mean, nice if there's anywhere that is going to influence you to buy books, it's Daunt, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. So we went there, we bought a couple books ourselves.
Obviously. Couldn't leave without any.
So that was great. We bought some books, we had some fun. And then we went down to Soho.
Yeah, we just bobbed around.
Went around Central, chilled. Went to a coffee spot, which was quite funny because we thought it was a new coffee spot, but we'd actually been before
without.
It was called Monocle.
Yeah, Monocle.
Sorry guys, if you see us jumping around, it's because there's like a fly. But anyway, sorry.
We actually thought that we hadn't been there before, but we have been there, which is funny.
Monocle coffee's 10/10.
The coffee is so nice. It's strong, but yeah, really really nice coffee. So. Yeah, we went to Monocle. We bobbed around Marylebone for a bit. Went towards Soho. Like around Soho.
I bought a comic book.
Oh yeah, went to the comic book store.
So we will probably like go into this in a bit more detail in another episode. But basically, we've kind of just started collecting like random bits and pieces, and comic books are one of them. And yeah, so we went into this comic book store that we know in Soho, and we managed to pick up a comic. It was a Marvel comic, and basically it was the first appearance of Gamora. So with comics, what we've both like learned, because we've spoken to people, like key issues are like sort of the stuff you want to look out for. And so one of the key issues, obviously, is when
It's
someone
usually new appearances.
is new
of
appearance when a
characters.
character's appeared in the comic for the first time. So yeah, so we
I
got
mean,
the.
I'm speaking like I've got a lot of expertise. I'm
Neither do
such
no.
an
We're
obscure-
both
I have
new. We're
no
both
idea.
new. We're both like kind of like I said. It's not something we like die hard. Like we're going out collecting, searching. It's just if we see something, we go in there. We keep an eye out for little bits and pieces. But that was quite cool. So we picked that up. We walk because we were in Soho. I knew of this burger place, right? And it's called Supernova. We went there. Oh my god,
So good.
chef's kiss! It is
Insane.
top class.
So simple. Like such a
Brilliant,
simple.
brilliant. Like, so basically, you can only get a double cheeseburger. They've got two variations. You've got the house, where they've got a special house sauce, and then they've got the standard, which is like ketchup or mustard. So it's just that, fries, and then cola as the drinks, and I think you can get a sundae as well,
Well, I think they've got lemonade and iced tea.
something like that. But basically, very minimalistic.
Very basic, and it's smash burgers.
Very
So the patties are like
minimalistic.
thin, just two patties in a bun. But it was
Yeah.
so nice, and like
Really good.
I don't know what I was expecting. I think just because kind of you'd heard about it and we said, oh, we'll go. But yeah, so if you're bobbing around Soho, Supernova is like where it's at if you're looking
Definitely,
for a burger place.
100%. So yeah, so that's it. And then we did that, and I think that was
just had
probably that
we
was
had a
it.
really
Really,
nice
we
day.
just had a nice time. We just chilled and vibed, and it was good, man. It was really really nice. We went to a ramen spot, and that was a bit of an L. I'm so convinced. We've tried it now a few times. Ramen in restaurants, it's not the one. Just stick to making it at home.
It's either that it's not the one, or we're just managing to find like horrible spots. I mean, I went off like a recommendation basically from TikTok, and honestly,
I don't know what
do
it is.
you know
It
where I
just
think we
doesn't
fell
hit.
down? I think definitely it was just we went out in Leicester Square, and I feel like it's
Tourist
just like
trap.
it's just a known thing. But the thing was, at that time we were so hungry, and we were just
Listen,
thinking, oh,
I'm
we'll
not-
just try something
I'm
different,
not
and we'll
burning.
go.
I'm not burning. We had a great
But-
time, but I'm basically ramen. I just wouldn't eat
We've
out
just not had
anymore.
any luck, is what I'd say.
If you
with
know any ramen
so.
spots where it hits, you have to put it in the comments.
I think
Let
I've
us know.
heard of. I think there's a place called Ramen Moto I know of, supposed to be really nice. But I think that place they had no reservations basically.
Okay,
It
cool.
was a Saturday night. I think we were kind of pushing it with our luck.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, we had a nice anniversary.
Yeah.
Nice time together. Me and you.
me and you.
Right. I think we'll call that a day. For
I think we
today's
can wrap
pod.
it up here.
Yeah, we can wrap up today's.
Honestly, guys, if it was up to us, we would yap
To
for
the end
hours.
of time.
But we'll just save a little bit for next time. As always, thank you so much for listening and watching.
Listening, watching, please like,
Vibing.
subscribe, rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Jump in the comments, man. Let us know what you think about our adventures and what we are getting up to.
What you might
and
want to get us to try or talk
us
about,
know.
places
Yeah.
you want us to go,
For sure.
Just
Let us know.
anything.
Yeah. And again, it's been lovely to be back after such a long time. And yeah, we'll see
see
you
you soon.
guys soon. Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.